lambs, hey kids, welcome back to the Hey Lamb podcast. It's your host here, Matt, aka Treacle. This is our shared safe little space of the universe where we can talk about all things Mariah Carey. Thank you to everyone who is supporting the podcast by getting involved over on Instagram at Hey Lamb Podcast. And cheers, thanks a lot to all of you who have been so kind to buy me a little drink over on buymeacoffee.com. If you are watching on YouTube, then don't forget please to hit the thumbs button, give the video a like and drop a comment below. So get involved on YouTube, get involved over on Instagram, whatever your pleasure. Today I am welcoming somebody who is new to the screen, like new to you guys, but I think you all know him on social media and long supporter of the channel and good deep friend of the pod. Zoltan, you made it. Welcome.
Yay! Hey Lam, hey Matt, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm
How
so
are
happy
you?
to be here. I'm fine, and thank you very much for this invitation. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Of course, we finally got you on the show. We were talking about it for a while, but you've been back and forth and you were wanting to wait until you had that stable internet connection, that all-important internet connection, of course. So yeah, we've been chatting for a long time, and I feel like a lot of people are going to know you from social media, but please just introduce yourself and let everyone know where you're at. And are you on Instagram and Twitter, or is it just Instagram actually?
I'm on Twitter as well, but I don't use it so much, to be honest. So I'm just reading other tweets as well on Twitter, but you can find me on Instagram for sure.
That's where we chat. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself and where you're based.
Yes, so my name is Zoltan, and I'm Hungarian, but I live in Amsterdam in the Netherlands now. I lived in 5 different countries, and I'm in Amsterdam now. So, greetings from the Netherlands.
I wish that we had connected like a couple of years ago, because I had my first ever trip to Amsterdam. And I just went with friends. Like I didn't know anyone in Amsterdam, but then since then I'm like, well, now I know someone in Amsterdam. I have a lamb friend over there in Amsterdam. I'd love to go back and visit a little bit more because it is beautiful. Do you love it there? You love living there?
I love it. Actually, I moved here 2 years ago from London, so I lived there for 5 years. And I was, thinking, Matt, that probably we even met somewhere. I loved, for example, when you said that you went to the same concert, same TV recording with Tess, for example, during the Trump bracelet area. I'm pretty sure it happened with us as well. And so I've been a Mariah fan since 1991, and I know so many legacy lamps. For example, I know Tez from MSN Messenger and all these crazy things. So I really like it here.
I'm sure our paths have crossed there because you're no stranger to London, so I'm sure it's happened at some point. It's just nuts the way things work. But yeah, like you said, I've been in the same room as Taz. We've worked it out. We've been online like lamb friends for 20 years and never met, and it's nuts. It's so crazy. So I'm gonna make sure the next time like you're in London, we meet. I'm gonna make sure I definitely make plans with Taz because it's nice to put these, relationships into like, let's actually meet and like have a drink sometime. So yeah, legacy lamb in the room right here. I love chatting to legacy lambs because it helps me feel not so ancient when there's other people that remember the way things were, right? Because like you just said MSN Messenger, like, oh my gosh, I forget about it. But yeah, I lived my life on MSN Messenger as well. This is pre-Instagram, before Twitter, before YouTube. It was all about websites, swapping MSN like handles, and then having like your list of contacts and chatting. And that's how I had Mariah fans as friends, and same for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I also had my own website. It was mariahcarey.hu. So it was the Hungarian Mariah Carey fans. And I didn't do it alone. I didn't build it up alone, but with some other friends as well, some other lambs. And it was before Facebook, it was before Twitter, anything, and we had to build up a website. We had to promote it, and it was such an amazing thing that other lambs from other countries could contact us. And I'm also pretty sure, Matt, that I sent you news items or emails to the Mariah Carey UK website as well. And I remember that believe it or not, mariahcarey.hu was the first website which published the cover of the glitter, because we had a really good connection with EMI Hungary. And we were the first website which published the glitter cover, and it was picked up by all the other websites. Like you remember Mariah Daily, Mariah's Diary. Oh my God, Mariah's Diary. You have to make a podcast about maybe old websites as well. It started in 1991. This is when I became a Mariah Carey fan. And as I said, I'm Hungarian. I lived in Hungary. And, in 1989, 1990, before that, Hungary was a socialist country, and everything was different. I really sound like a legacy lamb now, so sorry for that. But we
have a brief history lesson. It's fine. Give the kids some context. So
yes. So can you imagine like lambs like Gia, and everybody will just watch this? Oh my God, who is this guy? So there were, for example, two channels in Hungary, only Hungarian channels
TV
in
channels.
the 80s. TV channels, of course. There were no other channels, so it was not possible. Not music, television, nothing. So everything changed at the end of 80s, and then suddenly MTV, VH1, Super Channel, Sky Channel, all these channels were available. So this was the first time when I could see video clips from Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, and of course, in 1990, I saw Vision of Love, and then I saw Love Takes Time and Someday. So I always loved the American US channels or charts as well on MTV. So it's actually, I think it's really funny because in June 1991, I told my mother that as a birthday present, I would be happy for a new vinyl from a new singer called Mariah Carey, or a new group called Wilson Phillips. You remember Wilson Phillips?
No. I don't think I've heard of Phillips.
Yes, no. So I'm pretty sure you heard those songs like Hold On, Release Me, Impulsive, You're in Love. They had 3 US number ones, and it was exactly in 1990. I mean,
Were they American?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
So they were huge. They were huge stars. And they
send me a link after the show. Send me some links. Maybe I'll remember them.
I mean, maybe under this video we will post all the different links as well. But yes. So the funny thing is that I wrote to my poor mother in handwriting that Wilson Phillips or Mariah Carey, and thank God my mom chose Mariah Carey, and I became a huge Mariah Carey fan on my 16th birthday on the 6th of June, 1991.
Aww.
And really, because I just got this, actually, this is the LP or vinyl which I got, and I was just,
So that's
shocked,
the actual
mesmerized.
one. So you're holding up the debut. That's the actual one that your mother got for you for your birthday, your anniversary.
Exactly. Yes, it was, and maybe you are interested. Maybe not. I don't know. But this is a Hungarian version of the Mariah Carey first album, because this is what we have. It was a cheaper version. It was like at that time we were happy that any US albums were available. And for example, the lyrics were provided in a separate sheet.
Yeah.
On the vinyl, there are some Hungarian text like lemez Magyarországon kívül terjesztése tilos. So you cannot sell it outside of Hungary and so on.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it was a long answer to your question, but
well, your mother made the right choice. She made the right choice, because how different things could have been if she chose the other album. You'd be on a different podcast. You'd be on a different show right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that my parents are happy with this decision. No, I'm just joking. They all love. I mean, after 3 decades, everybody knows everything about Mariah in my family, so this is how I became a legacy lamb.
And then where did it go after that? Because I'm always interested talking to people who were lambs pre-internet, and I have got some other content coming up. I do want to sit down with people where they've when they met Mariah, it was through YouTube, because it's a whole different
Hmm.
journey, and I want to hear about those
Yeah.
experiences. But I'm guessing perhaps your kind of journey towards the Lamely, finding other people, was similar to mine, because like we just said, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have, it was TV. So you saw things on TV. You don't have things on the internet and stuff. Like, did you have any other friends that liked Mariah? Did you ever, when was the first time you met someone else that you could connect with like that? What was it like for you?
Yeah, so I think the internet started around the Daydream area, right? So I think it was around 1995, 1996. And before that, I don't know what we did before. I mean, I went to the secondary grammar school. I was also studying, and I was just listening to the Mariah Carey albums alone. I didn't really have Mariah Carey lamps fans at that time, friends that time. But all changed with the internet in 1995, 1996. In 1999, I remember it was Heartbreaker when I started my own Mariah Carey Hungarian webpage.
Okay.
So it all started with that. And it was a very basic one. So it had some basic information about Heartbreaker, the music video, the lyrics,
Yeah.
and so on. We also had all the translations to Hungarian as well, or the lyrics. So that was really cool. We also translated interviews from Mariah.
Oh, that's cool. That's handy.
Yeah. For me, the purpose of my website was probably different than yours, because you provided all the important news items, information about our queen. For me, the most important thing was to set up a mailing list and to get to know all the Hungarian lambs. And we basically started a club, which meant that we celebrated Mariah Carey's birthday together. We bought a cake, like 10, 15, 20 people came together, and oh my God, it's so funny to remember this. Yeah, we did other crazy things. I'm happy to mention maybe later today what we did with this Mariah Carey fan club in Hungary.
But I love that. I love that you're getting people like together. I was always like, maybe with MariahCareyUK.com, I was always like, what's the purpose? What are we doing? We're just having fun. But I would bring news. But then I was like, well, we'll report American news, but we would feel more of a spotlight when Mariah was in the UK. And then I had a little bit of an in with her management, and then it would be, I'd find out which hotel she was going to stay at in London and which shows she would be doing. So then I wouldn't like broadcast it to everyone. I had to be a little bit delicate with it, but essentially I would share that information. So it was all about, if you can get to London, here's the day to do it. And if you can get free tickets to Top of the Pops or CD UK or, whatever, go in. These are the shows that she's going to be doing. These are the ones she's not going to be doing. So it's all about that. And then we started doing fan events. And that's why I want to hear, like, things that you're doing. Because we did a fan event on Mariah's anniversary one time, and we had a cake in London.
Yeah.
So I've had, I think, some similar moments. So yeah, I'd love to hear more about like getting people together and what you guys as a fan club. What else would you get up to?
Yes, just one thing about this, because what you just said was a dream for us. To have a list of all these appointments, dates where you can meet Mariah. It was impossible for us. For us, the main aim was to bring Mariah to Hungary. I mean, it's ridiculous now, I know, but we really hoped that it would happen one day, and we still hope that Mariah would come to Eastern Europe as well, because she would have pretty sure she would have success, and she has a nice fan base as well, but she never visited those countries. So that was our main goal. So it didn't happen, but we did other things as well with the club. For example, in 2001, we collected 3,000 signatures to show Glitter, the movie, in the Hungarian cinemas. So 3,000, wow. Actually, it's not only signatures, but also addresses and the names in capital letters. So we had I don't know, like 200 papers with all these signatures.
Like a petition?
And like it was like a petition.
Was
Yeah,
it not? Was the movie not due to get any cinema showings then in Hungary?
no,
Oh my God!
no, no.
So you found that out, and you guys went to work and you petitioned, and you got 3,000 names and addresses.
You know what? And it was so funny because how could we collect 3,000 signatures? So we had like 100, 150 members of the club, and everybody had to collect, 20 signatures. So either their parents, their co-workers, their whoever they friends signed it and sent it to me by post. And
Oh my God, I love this.
I know it's crazy. And
no, it's dedication. This is old school because now you scroll through your Facebook and you see a petition for this, a petition for that. It takes you 10 seconds.
Now it's so easy.
It's so easy. But there you are getting physical signatures and they're being posted to you. This is dedication.
Exactly.
3,000 signatures that way. I've got mad respect for that because that is not
you
easy.
Have to convince 3,000 people to sign this paper to show glitter in Hungary. I mean,
and then what did you?
Okay,
what happened? What happened with the petition?
So the project failed. It was never shown in cinemas, but we got the good news 1 or 2 years later that Mariah would come to Vienna, Austria, for the Charm Bracelet concert. And we prepared a Hungarian fan book with all the messages from the Hungarian lamps. But we also prepared a book in which I put all the 3,000 signatures to in a nice book. And after the concert, we were waiting for Mariah at the Imperial Hotel, and around 2:00 she came out because she saw that there are some crazy lamps, like 10 of us are still standing outside. It's crazy. She came to us, and I had a chance to give this book to Mariah with the 3,000 signatures. I'm not sure what she did with this book. Probably she just
what did she say though? Did she say anything about it?
At that time, I think Mariah just wanted to forget glitter. So I'm not sure that my amazing book with the 3,000 signatures was the best idea ever. But what I'm really happy about is that Mariah signed my Charm Bracelet tour book. I sent you the scan, so maybe you can put it on the screen.
Yeah.
And here you can see to the Hungarian fans, I love Mariah. So maybe this was the first time when Mariah wrote down Hungary or Hungarian, and I was just so happy. I was just so happy for this one. So
that's cool. I can't believe that you had 3,000 signatures, and how amazing that you actually got to present them to her. Like you say, don't know what she did with them, but you've done your job. There you go, Mariah. I tried.
yes, yeah. It was so much fun, and even around 2013, of course, we were still connected by Facebook. Everything changed when Facebook started, because before that we had amazing websites, including yours, including the others which I mentioned, Mariah's Daily, Mariah's Diary, and so on. But when Facebook started, I think most of these websites died, including the mariahcarey.hu. But we still started, we were still connected by Facebook. And in 2013, I had another amazing idea. We should make ourselves again visible to Mariah. So I decided to ask all of my friends and all of my lamp friends to buy Close My Eyes on iTunes on a certain day. And all of my friends bought 4 of them. I had to convince them to buy it for €1. It's not bad. And Close My Eyes became #1 in the Hungarian iTunes in 2013. And
cool.
I'm pretty sure this is the only iTunes ever in the world where Close My Eyes became #1.
Yeah.
So
you
this
were
was
trailblazing, Zoltan, collecting signatures, and now you see it on Twitter all the time. Lambs are trying to get a particular song to #1 on iTunes,
Uh-huh.
especially after, you know, Justice for Glitter. But you're like back in the what when was that? 2000 what you say? If I close my
So that
eyes.
was 2000. Well, the collection of the signatures was around 2001. So
That
after
was
Glitter,
Glitter, but the
and
iTunes
I closed
moment.
my eyes. That was 2013. So I was a grown up. I had I had good jobs, really. And I'm not sure who will watch this video, but yeah. So I just, you know, it's important to have these
Yeah.
sides of us as well.
Oh,
And
absolutely. Like, you,
yeah.
well, you know, I mean, hello, I'm out in the world as a quote unquote grown up, but I'm still, you know, playing on YouTube and like having these comments because it's fun. It's fun. It's like you just leave everything
Yes.
else, and then you get to have your little fun. We need to take a very quick break, but guys, when we come back, I'm there's even more. I've got a few notes here, things I want to chat about with Zoltan. There's even more stories. So come back right after this break for even more. Hey guys, don't forget to go and check out my YouTube channel. There is so much Mariah Carey content over there. The link is in the description below. Recently, Mariah was on Twitter Spaces and I've got some clips there. So if you miss things like Mariah on Twitter Spaces or you want some other interviews, we've got lamb quizzes. We've got so many things going on. So check out the link in the description and head on over to my Mariah YouTube channel and join in the fun. And we are back. Now, Zoltan, you have got a few items in your collection that you have told me about. Because we've chatted on Instagram, so we swap messages and a couple of voice notes and things. So you've told me about a few items, and I think in the future I want to get some items on. I want to start doing collection videos, essentially. I think we've discussed this. But one thing that definitely caught my attention, I believe you've got it with you, is one of the albums from Saudi Arabia, because they changed the covers and you see them in such like bad resolution, like in photos. I think you're the only person I know that actually has one. So you've got the glitter from Saudi Arabia, right?
I do, because before London, I lived in Saudi Arabia for 2 years, and
You get
of
everywhere.
course, yeah, my main goal in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, to go to a record shop and find these exclusive Mariah Carey CDs.
Yeah, because they're
It
rare.
was not,
They cover
yeah,
her up. They have to cover all her skin, and sometimes the artwork where they do it in Photoshop is really funny.
yes. So in Saudi Arabia, they do two things. Uh, First thing is that they just basically take a marker and they just cross out all those sensitive parts. They cover with a black marker on the cover on each CD cover individually. And there is also another solution which is much more sophisticated, is to use Photoshop basically, or as you can see.
Yeah.
So I will send you maybe the scan so you can
I'll put
see
it
it,
on
because
screen.
it's,
Yeah, so
yeah,
they've extended the
yeah,
white top, so she's got a high neck.
yeah.
The,
So
the shoulder is covered all the way
mhm,
to the wrist on the arms, full arms. What about the artwork on the inside? Because I don't see this so often.
yeah. So
Oh God,
you can
yeah, that
see that
become
Mariah is
yeah.
wearing another nice outfit as well. By the way, everything else is the same, and I also have the rainbow of yeah, the Saudi Arabian version of the rainbow CD as well, which is also quite funny because the cat is quite big and cover
All
Mariah's
the
tits.
fur. That very furry cat. They are
Yeah.
collector's items. I've never owned one.
Hmm.
I remember seeing them on the internet originally, and like that's not real. Is it real? Is it because you can? I
Yeah.
didn't know. I was young and I was learning, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're out there. But it's so interesting to see you actually hold it up because I don't know other people that have like
Yeah.
shown it to camera and stuff. So yeah, super interesting. So
Yeah.
I'd love to get you on the on my main content, like the YouTube channel, where we can like go through more of your items and stuff. So yeah, for those of you listening to the podcast, Zoltan just held up the glitter from Saudi Arabia. But yeah, we'll get you on the YouTube channel and we'll go through more items and things because yeah, I like being nosy and looking at other people's collections.
You know, I started collecting everything from Mariah since my birthday in 1991. But also in Hungary and in other Eastern European countries, it was not possible to get, we call it maxi single or single CDs until 1994. I remember that Anytime You Need a Friend was the first single CD which was available in our stores as well. So it was quite a challenge to convince other friends who lived outside or my father's colleagues, whoever, to send me all these items. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff in Hungary in my own apartment. But I'm happy to participate in this episode, as you just mentioned, in the future.
Brilliant. I love that. Yeah, I think people will be really interested to see different collections, and it's a different way to get people involved in the channel and stuff like that. So let's talk about actually seeing Mariah in person. So concerts, meeting her, like what experiences and stories have you got for us? What comes straight to mind as like best concert, or I mean, have you met her? Like, what's the best kind of moment you've had?
Yes. There are different best moments. The best moment was to finally meet her in the UK, in Leeds, in 2018. But the best concert, I think it was Charm Bracelet in Austria in 2003, I think. But the first time when I met her was at Top of the Pops filming, which was in Cologne, Germany. And it was in 1999 or in 2000. And at that time, I had some connections. I had some friends via the internet. So I got to know three amazing German lambs, Holger, Anya, and Peter. And we changed emails. By the time, I also would like to mention something, Matt. Again, I'm a very legacy lamb and I feel really old. But before 1990, in Hungary, we had to learn Russian. So we didn't learn English. So basically, I started to learn English when I was already 14, 15 years old. So for me, also to get to know all these people, it was a very amazing exercise. And to listen to Mariah's music, to listen to all the interviews. This is how I learned English, basically. And the other thing was that I got to know really nice people. So one day I got a message from Holger from Germany, who is also following you, by the way, that he got a ticket for me for the Top of the Pops filming. And there were probably like 100 people for the whole episode.
They're small studios, small audiences, aren't they?
And Mariah filmed two versions of the Against All Odds. So one version was shown in the UK version of the Top of the Pops, and the other version in a pink dress was shown in the German version of the Top of the Pops. So of course we saw both of them. And I remember that Mariah was already quite tired. That was in the evening. We had to wait long for her. And she was in the morning in Capri. I think that time she recorded the duet with Westlife. Then she went to France the same day. I think she had to promote Against All Odds as well on a TV show. And from there she came to Cologne for the Top of the Pops. And it was a brilliant exercise because between the filmings we could chat with her a little bit, and she was super nice. And so this was the first time when I could speak with her a little bit. Yeah, the most important, the best memory ever is when in 2018, I bought a meet and greet ticket because I was working in London. We got the news that Brexit happened, and I worked for the European Union agency. So we had to leave London, and I just needed a treat, and I just bought a meet and greet ticket for myself. After the concert, 3 security guards told us that we won't have a possibility to talk with Mariah. There will be only, one picture opportunity.
Just the photo.
just the photo. But of course, I know that it won't. I knew that it won't happen like this because I've been waiting for this for 3 decades. So, like Meryl Streep, who is waiting for the Lifetime Achievement Award, I prepared my small speech, and then when I entered the room, I just told Mariah that I've been a lamb for almost 3 decades. She's part of my life. I told her that I was so happy that I could meet many friends because of her music. And I learned English by listening to her songs and, amazing vocabulary and so on. So she was holding my hand and she told me that, Zoltan, I would like to thank you.
Wow.
And she was just super nice, and she was looking to my eyes, and I really don't make it up, but Christopher was there as well, and Christopher started crying. I don't know, it was amazing. And I was super excited, but she was really patient, and she was listening to me. And before the picture, she told the photographer, make sure that we take a very good picture with this guy. And then Melissa ran to Mariah and said, Mariah, one of your boobs is out. She just she just put it back. And this is where the picture was taken. So I looked a little bit surprised, but this is the best picture I ever wished for.
So yeah, there you are having like a sweet tender moment, and then it's the Mariah, your boobs out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
So 2018, so you treated yourself to the Leeds concert. You mentioned Charm Bracelet. How many concerts have you been to? How many times have you seen Mariah live?
I saw her in 6 concerts, 2 times for Rainbow, 1 Charm Bracelet, 2 Christmas shows, 1 fantasy, plus the Pop of the Pops. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a spread.
Yes, yeah. But I went to Cologne, for example, by a bus during a night to see my friends and to see Mariah for the first time. So it was such a nice experience. But these are the good memories, This is why I love Mariah. It's not only her music. I mean, she's a genius. She's a living legend. And I usually, I think a lot why we love her because she's a workaholic. She's beautiful. She's a genius who writes amazing music and lyrics. Nobody uses the vocabulary she uses. She takes care of her fans. She's always polite. She's so funny. But also there are additional things as well. When I had hard times in my life, she protected me with her music. She protected me by finding another community with friends who like the same music as well. And Matt, I'm pretty sure that there is something common in all the lambs. What I mean that if I meet someone who loves Mariah, here I just joined a choir, for example, in Amsterdam, and there are several Mariah Carey fans as well. We just start talking very quickly about anything because I always call it like a Mariah Carey gene in our DNA. There is something common, and I'm pretty sure that there should be an investigation in the future what it is. It's not like being a Taylor Swift fan or I don't know, Ariana Grande, whoever. I mean, these are all amazing stars, but there is something more being a Mariah Carey fan, I believe.
I totally agree with you, Zoltan. It's something deep. If you're a true Mariah fan, you've been there for everything that she's been through, and she's probably, like you say, helped you through your own stuff with her music because it's so personal. She's so invested. It's the songwriting, it's the producing, it's the fact she genuinely cares. Like that story you said of her country hopping, and that's typical for her back in the day before having them kids. So much promo. I've seen her working crazy hours just following her from studio to studio. I'm exhausted, and I'm not the one giving the interviews and performing. Just the schedule is crazy, but she'll always when she can want to stop and talk and connect with people because she genuinely cares. And so much of herself is in the music. So I think when you meet someone else that gets it, then there's a connection there. You're like, oh, okay, you get it, you understand.
Yeah.
Looking at my notes, I've got a little note down here that you met Sting as well, and it's somehow connected to Mariah. So what is this story? What is this all about?
Yes, believe it or not, but Mariah Carey fans were the first ones who prepared these books with messages to Mariah. I don't remember that other fans did the same. So was it in 2008, I think, when Sting was coming to Budapest for a free concert, and I think 200,000 people, Hungarians, were able to watch that huge concert. And at that time, I had a really good friend, Greg, who was a huge Sting fan, and he had a Sting website as well. And he told me that, Zoltan, I really would like to meet Sting. What should I do? And this is when I remember that maybe we should prepare a book with all the messages from around the world. So Greg set up a website, and he asked everyone to send messages. And at the end, we put everything to a book. It contained messages from China, from Singapore, all around the world. And we contacted Universal Music. And luckily, they said that it's an excellent idea, and they contacted Sting management, and Sting would like to meet us. So just before the concert, only a very few people had a chance to meet him, and we were there as well. And he spent the most of his time with us, checking the book, talking with us a little bit, sign stuff which we brought, and he was super nice as well. So this is the connection between Mariah and Sting in this way.
Amazing. Yeah, fan books, like, it's old school. You know, I just remember going to Charm Bracelet concerts and having the London fan book, or fan bracelet as we were calling them. And you know, I had the London one, and I was going to, you know, present it to her backstage. I was lucky enough to go backstage, and every concert there was a fan bracelet. Someone was giving her the fan bracelet with all the messages from that area. Yeah, it's so personal to like meet them and give it to them. I know that now Mariah gets a lot more love and messages like online, and I love that everyone gets an opportunity. But there's something special about putting a book in her hands.
You know, Mariah mentioned that there is a book, maybe a butterfly room, or sorry, there is a room where she collects all this stuff. So I'm not sure that my book with the 3,000 signatures from the glitter area is there. But
I'd like to think it is. I'd like to think my London fan bracelet book is there, and your glitter signatures collection is there. Why not? I'm sure she's got
I'm not sure. It was way before the Justice for Glitter area at that time. It was probably not the best present, but I just love thinking about this.
No, of course, you did a great job with that. We need to take one more break. We'll be back right after this with more with Zoltan. Thanks for listening to Hey Lamb, guys. I hope you are enjoying it. If you are, you can leave me a little tip. You can buy me a drink over on buymeacoffee.com. It is a great way to show your support to your favorite creators by buying them a drink. Simply head over to buymeacoffee.com/heylamb and you can tip me with a little drink. Cheers. And we are back. So, Zoltan, I want to pick your brain a little bit about MC30 2020. It was a magnificent year, and for those of us that, you know, wear our Legacy Lamb badges with pride and honor, it really felt such a moment. You know, I had a comment from my sister recently. I mentioned it on another episode, I think, but she said, "Oh, you're really back into Mariah again, I see." And I'm like, no. Always been there. Like, I never went anywhere, but it's like, it's something that I kept private. It was like for me, or I didn't have like loads of other, you know, Lamb friends. But 2020 was the year that I mean, the whole world went crazy, you know. But I had extra time. I started the YouTube channel. I start connecting with people. I connect with you. I meet new friends, and then it feels like you like I knew it wasn't just me, but like in a sense, I felt like loving Mariah is like my thing that I'm known for within my circle of friends. Like, oh, that's the Mariah fan. But now it's fun to have all these like new conversations with like people. So MT30 for me was more than just like the EPs and getting Top of the Pops on YouTube. All that was like super super fun. But what I really enjoyed was just I don't know. I started connecting a lot more with people. Maybe it was different for you. Maybe you were already online a lot. I mean, how was MC30 in 2020 for you as a lamb?
Well, I have to say that Mariah Carey saved 2020 for all of us. And in the last 3 decades, I have to say, Matt, that I always loved Mariah, and she was always part of my life, and she will be. But sometimes I was a bit more hardcore fan. Sometimes, maybe during the Nightmare era, I was really not. But she was always my number one, and I always followed her. But I had other interests as well. I love
Sure.
Eurovision, for example. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure the American fans don't even know what I'm talking about when I say Eurovision. But I listen to other music as well. But MC30 was an amazing step from Mariah. She provided so many things. Sometimes I believe that she's listening to your channel or other podcasts as well, because a lot of our requests were fulfilled. I mean, 2 years ago, could you have imagined that Underneath the Stars, the music video would be on YouTube? Or even like an HD version of all the music videos. I thought that I will never be able to see in good quality the music videos. And then suddenly all top of the tops live versions were available. I mean, it's only these things for me. It was an amazing thing. And then I remember, Matt, that we were talking about songs, remixes, which were not on Spotify and on iTunes. And suddenly she released all these singles. And do you remember when I think they were released on every Friday, and on Thursday and on Wednesday we tried to figure out by the URLs what will be released on Fridays because we were guessing the HTTP URLs.
Yeah, I would come to you. So guys, Zoltan would be URL hacking, and I'd be like, Zoltan, are we getting the next album tomorrow? And he would like try and guess what the URL would be, and you'd find like the link, and we'd sometimes get the artwork and stuff. We were like, okay, these are the EPs that are coming out tomorrow.
I mean, it was mind-blowing that the Spanish songs will be available. Now we take it for granted. Now we can just listen to Me Todo all the time. But before that, we had to go to eBay and buy it for, I don't know, 200, 300 euros, because it was they were not available. Of course, we could download it. And then apart from this, Mariah's book and the rarities and all the other things, I mean, she's really brilliant, and we should be always grateful what she did during this pandemic to us.
Yeah, so much. Even the YouTube live performances, like they felt so intimate that they're just a couple of cameras in her home studio. Love it.
And the Christmas show, and I think All I Want for Christmas Is You became UK #1 during this area time as well.
Yeah, that I was on such a high finishing the year, because it had just been an embarrassment of riches. Mariah had given us so much, and I started the channel, and everything was like just so exciting. Everything was like at 100, and then America had All I Want go to #1 the year prior for its 25th anniversary, and we didn't quite manage it. It got stuck at #2, I think, again. And so last year was our turn, and we had to get our shit together and make it happen. We managed it.
Yes, and not when we talk about MC30, I also think about you, Matt, as well, because I think I was one of the first subscribers, maybe to your channel as well, because I was so happy that you started preparing these videos, and you do it since then every day with all this enthusiasm. So yeah, thank you so much for this, and also not only to prepare all these podcast videos, but also I think you build up a nice community as well, because we chat during the live premieres of the YouTube videos as well. So, and I have new friends as well, but for me, what is even more exciting, that I reconnect with friends from 20 years ago, because we are still here. We are still here. Everybody still loves Mariah. So this is amazing. We have a nice platform to communicate with each other. So thank you very much for this.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. It's been really, really fun to do, and I did it because I had the time and I had the interest and the passion to do it, and I still enjoy doing it. But I really do enjoy all of the interaction side. That's why I started the podcast, so that every week I get to sit down and geek out with someone and like talk about Mariah with someone else again. And the same, I've had a really good time making new friends, and I've reconnected with people from like loads and loads of years ago and stuff. It's so much fun. And you have been one of the first people to get behind my channel, and you're so kind to be a member of the channel as well. So you get the bonus content and the after show and things. And no, I honestly really do appreciate your support and everyone who's been behind the channel, because if no one was watching, if no one was commenting, then it would have all stopped. I would have made a few and then okay, no one's interested, so let's not bother. So no, I have fun doing it, and if you guys have fun with it as well, then yeah, it makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, I just really hope, but maybe I'm a bit too optimistic, because we still don't know when this Delta variant, whatever, will disappear. But I really hope that in the future we could make like a Mariah convention where we could meet somewhere. I know it's a difficult, it's not an easy thing to organize, but maybe when there will be a Mariah Carey concert the day before, something could be booked, and we don't even need to, I don't know, watch videos together. It would be even a nice opportunity just to come together and speak. But I'm pretty sure that in Las Vegas, some lambs do the same. So maybe we should do something in Europe as well. It could be even in London. It could be even in Amsterdam or Budapest.
I would love that. Honestly, I feel like even before Mariah next comes and performs in London, I want to make the effort to try and go up to London and meet people that I've been talking to there. But yeah, absolutely. When there's a concert, I'd like to say, whether it's like in the afternoon, like, and then we see the concert in the evening, or it's the day before. And I don't think it needs to be anything too complicated. I think it just needs to be hiring out like a restaurant, like the top floor of a restaurant or a private bar, and just have music in the background. So it's our music, so of course it's Mariah all evening. Maybe we just have like a bar area or a restaurant area for like 3-4 hours.
So this is what we need. Yeah.
Something simple. So if you're there the whole day, the whole time, then you're there the whole time. If you arrive for the first part or the last part, that's cool. You can order your drinks, order your food, you take care of yourself. But it's just, that's the place to go to. The whole room will be full of lambs and splashes and love and laughter. I'm totally down for that. And you've mentioned it a few times, so I feel like I feel like if someone's going to make it happen, you're going to be key in that. People, I mean, hello, you look at those 3,000 signatures, you can make shit happen. So
yes, maybe we can invite Trey Lawrence or Marianne, Christopher. Who knows? Maybe they will pop up. Melissa is also such a nice lady. I had a chance to speak with her as well in Leeds. So we should be ambitious. But even if we just come together and speak a little bit, talk a little bit together, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I want to meet you in person. I want to meet like everyone else that I've been speaking to and connecting with, definitely. And I want to go back to America at some point. I feel like if it's not this year, definitely next year. I was working in North America for 18 months, and then I've come back and I've not felt the need to go back. at least for a little while. But if Mariah announces another Vegas residency, I will for sure be going over, and then I would love to meet up with Lambs in Vegas. I want to meet Lambs in London. I want to come back to Amsterdam. So I feel like wherever I go, I want someone to put something together so we
Yes.
can have all these little celebrations around the world. I think Mariah would have fun as well to see people, you know, connecting in person again and things. Do you think she's going to do meet and greets again when she goes back on tour or does a residency, or do you think her management will be like, no, not yet? Because I feel like, you know, it's, you don't have to do it. So is it risky, you know, to start doing them again?
No, no, I don't think so, to be honest. Not in the coming years. I might be a bit pessimist with this, but I work at this agency as well, who is doing the marketing authorizations of these vaccines, and I just don't really believe that this virus would disappear very quickly, very soon, completely.
Yeah.
And Mariah's health is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
I would be even a little bit surprised if she would start touring soon as well, to be honest. But of course, I would be really happy. But
if she tours, of course we'll go. But yeah, maybe not just yet. And yeah, if she does, maybe not the meet and greets. But that's fine. That's okay. I'll just be happy that we're getting more music. And if we get concerts, we get concerts. I love it. I'm surprised she hasn't done a digital concert up till now. I thought we'd get, oh my God, it's a fly. I told you, every week now I have to apologize for these flies because I have the windows open. Would you be down for like a digital concert? Because it was digital, they should be able to sell to the public. She can make it based on Lambs and the rarities and things like that.
Yeah, but I don't think that the area of the digital concerts are over. So I think this is something which will happen in the future as well, even after the pandemic, years later. So I know that Kylie Minogue and Dua Lipa had awesome concerts as well, and there will be possibility for Mariah in the future as well, and we will be there for sure.
Well, watch this space. Zoltan, we are coming to the end of the show, so I know that you know what that means. It is time to play Spin, Pin, or Bin. I know the rules, you know the rules, but just to give everyone listening and watching a quick reminder, I've got every Mariah Carey song plugged into a random generator, apart from the Christmas songs, I'm saving those. And it's going to spit out 3 at random, and you have to allocate 1 to spin, 1 to pin, 1 to bin. So spin is play it now, love it. You have to put 1 in the bin, trash, for you Americans. So that is, you don't ever get to play it ever again, it's gone forever. And then pin is the middle option, like, I'll put a pin in it. I'm not going to play it today, but I'm not going to throw it in the trash either. So 1 has to be spin, 1 pin, 1 bin. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. The first song is Ribbon. The second song is Didn't Mean to Turn You On. And the third song, One and Only. So Ribbon from Memoirs. Didn't Mean to Turn You On from the Glitter soundtrack, and One and Only from Emancipation. Oh, I feel like that's pretty even. Like there's no songs there like, oh my God, that was a lead single, it kicked off an album, you know? So, okay, wow, I'm having to really think about this one. Ribbon, well, kind of. I think I kind of know. Ribbon, Didn't Mean to Turn You On, and One and Only. You're the guest, you get to go first, Zoltan. What are you going to do?
Yes, I know that you were talking about Ribbon for a couple of times, right? During your shows.
I do love it.
Yeah, me too. Actually, me too. But I would pin it, to be honest. And I know it's not written by Mariah, but I just love Didn't Mean to Turn You On. So I would spin it, and I feel really bad because One and Only would be in the bin, although I like it that as well. But as you said, the difference between them are not so huge. But yes, this is my decision.
Cool. Okay, I am going to spin Ribbon because I do really love it. I do find it quite sexy. And I love Didn't Mean to Turn You On, but I'm going to put it in the bin. I don't hate it. I do like it, but I really do like One and Only. And she wrote, she's got, she didn't write the cover song, Didn't Mean to Turn You On, and One and Only is Emancipation. So that would be my picks. They're actually quite fairly matched, because sometimes there's one that's like a massive standout, and then, but actually these three were like quite even. So guys, that is what we're doing with the 3 songs, One and Only, Didn't Mean to Turn You On, and Ribbon. You can let us know what you are doing in the comment section if you're on YouTube, or you also play over on Instagram. This hour has flown by, Zoltan, but it's been so much fun. And you know this because you're a channel member. Guys, those of you who are members of my channel, you can get the after show, Hey Lamb Extra Chop. So head on over to my YouTube channel and you can become a member by following the link in any of my video descriptions, and you get extra content, you get some advanced access to some of my videos, and you get the after show every single week. So Zoltan and I are going to carry on chatting on the after show, but that's it for the main show here on the podcast, Zoltan. So thank you so much. And can you remind everyone where they can find you online?
My Instagram is ZKUNSHEI. So good luck finding me on Instagram. And it's the same on Twitter as well. It's basically the first letter of my first name, which is Zoltan, and my surname. I started a long time ago and I just didn't want to change it. So yes, this is it.
Fair enough, fair enough for the guys. And the link to your social media will be in the description as well. So Zoltan, thank you once again. It's been a pleasure, and we'll carry on chatting now over on the after show. So I'll see you there.
I thank you, Matt, very much. Have a nice day. Bye.